Hi, so this is my video response to Group 1 discussion for multiple dimensions of identity. Hannah, you were talking about how you were from Boone, and a lot of times people do stereotype the mountain climate people as being hillbillies. I love how in your post that you reflected on it in a positive way, and also about how you try to get rid of your accent when you're trying to recruit students, because a lot of times we are stereotyped by our speech and by what we wear, and all of those are a large part of who we are. And so in trying to hide that, sometimes we lose a sense of me. And I think in terms of home, we all have a voice that we talk at home, and then we have a voice that we talk when we're with someone else or when we're out in the outside world, because home voice is just at the core of who we are. And Eric, you talked about the stages of psychosocial identity, which I also talked about in my post, and I agree with all of Eric's stages, and I'm currently in the stage that he says I'm supposed to be in right now, and I can feel that, because I am trying to make my life worthwhile, trying to not be stagnated, trying not to be less of a person that has influence over the next generation. And so I enjoyed the readings and how they kind of put both of those models together and emphasize that they do go along with Erickson's stages of psychosocial identity. Megan, you were talking about how you didn't have a lot of diversity in your high school background, but you did have it during undergrad years. And I guess it was kind of maybe opposite for me. I had the diversity in my secondary schools and elementary schools, and when I came to the campus of UNCW as an undergrad, I didn't encounter as much diversity as I anticipated that I would. And for that reason, it kind of helped me to reflect more about my identity, and it also caused me to try to shape my identity, I think, to fit more into the atmosphere there at UNCW. When I went to get my master's at Webster University, however, when I got there, I was, in the norm, and I was very surprised at that so many diversity people of my color were seeking a mental health occupation. But I guess it also alerted me to how the others that were not of my race that were there, actually, how it made them feel to be in an atmosphere that was completely opposite from probably what they were used to. Megan and, Brittany and Brandy, you were both talking in depth about the MMDI model, and how, about the prism of privilege and difference. For the MMDI model, I personally, I do agree with the core features of the model, but as far as the context, I personally feel that the family background is also at the core of who we are, because that's something that we had before we were even born. It came with us, and even though it kind of shapes who we are after we're born, I feel like prior to our birth, our family background is at the root of influence in our lives, and because we're surrounded by our environment, and our family is our environment for the larger part of our lives. So I don't completely agree with all aspects of the MMDI model, but I do think it is a great model to begin with. And as with anything else, I think that it has room for change, it has room for improvement, and I think that's a part of life, for us to continue to find things to advance what we're trying to learn. So, in essence, the whole readings that we had on identity development has caused me to reflect, as I stated earlier, on a lot of things about who I am and who I want to be. So this is the end of my post. Thank you.